Every problem in your business can be solved with more volume. That's it. That's the entire video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. I know that sounds too simple to actually be true, but sometimes doing the simple thing that is already working, but at a 5, 7, 10x level is what breaks you through to your first 100K, 300K, or 500K month. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 real examples from the last 12 months of running my agency to what is now over a team of 65 employees. So at this time last year, I wanted to take my agency from 200K a month to 300K a month. And I'll tell you what I didn't do. I didn't switch my industry. I didn't rebuild my offer. I didn't come up with some genius new positioning angle. All I did was 4x the amount of cold emails that I was sending. It was the same offer, the same team. I just made volume go up by 4x. And 4 months later, guess what? I was at 300K a month because it was more at bats. It was more shots on goal. And if I'm aiming at a target and I fire 10 arrows at that target trying to hit the bullseye versus 40 arrows at the target trying to hit the bullseye, well, then it's clear to assume that I'm going to hit the target more times if I'm shooting more arrows. And when you send 4 times the emails, you get 4 times the data, 4 times the reply, and 4 times the chance to actually work with your ICP. It's not that your offer doesn't work right now. It's just that you need to do the volume necessary in order for the market to take notice and your agency to scale to the level that you want to get it to. So let me give you another example. Back in February, I wanted to start consulting other agencies and basically take my knowledge of growing my agency into what it is today, all the other agencies that I've grown, into something that I could teach. So what did I do? I started posting on Instagram, talking about it every single day. Not once a week, not whenever inspiration hit, literally committing to do it every single day. And since then, I've helped 10 agency owners cross their first 6-figure month, which is freaking awesome. But funny enough, they all came from Instagram. They all found me from my videos. They all came from a platform I started using consistently, literally like 4 months ago, with 0 paid ads, 0 funnel, 0 fancy tech, literally just volume. And I didn't care if a video popped off. Sometimes I got the most inbound leads from a video that got like 60 likes. I'm not trying to make each one of these posts a home run. I'm trying to speak to the pain that Jordan from 3-4 years ago went through, because I know he would want to hear what I had to say in order to not run into that mistake again. And since posting every single day, I've made well over 6 figures with my coaching offer. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because volume works. And I know so many of you are weirded out by content, but if I asked you, hey, if you made a video every single day for the next 6 months talking about the service you offer, and I would guarantee you that it would make you a minimum of $100,000, would you do it? The answer would obviously be yes. It's just you're not willing to do it. And content is so powerful, it is practically a guarantee that you're going to make money with it. And that's what sets me apart from the competition, because most business owners aren't willing to post on Instagram every single day. Perfect example of this is my boy Max from Well Copy, and he's about to cross $1 million a month with his agency, and he hasn't spent $1 on ads because he's just posting on Instagram every single day. But he's been doing it for 2.5 years. If you're not where you want to be right now, in your revenue, your team, whatever it is, the answer almost every single time is more volume, not more strategy, not more perfection. Reps make the perfection. Perfection comes with the reps. And I know you know this. Ask anybody that's going to the gym for the past 6 months versus past 6 years. Their bodies look completely different. So let's bring this back to email. I had to send thousands of cold emails before I found the copy and the offer that actually resonated with my audience. Not hundreds, thousands. I didn't know what would land until I saw what people were actually replying to. I mean, you can sit in a room with the best copywriter and guess all day about what your audience wants to hear, or you can just send the email and let the amount of replies tell you. I mean, the market's always going to tell you the truth faster than your best guess does, but only if you're sending enough volume for the market to actually respond. And to add to this, if you have an offer that's been working and it's been stagnating a little bit lately, you don't necessarily need to revamp your entire offer. You just need to get your offer in front of more people before you just rebuild the entire ship. It's the same thing with ads. I had to spend thousands of dollars before I figured out which ad was booking me the most qualified calls at the lowest CPA. And then once I found it, I put hundreds of thousands of dollars behind it. I think my top ad ever has over $240,000 worth of spend at this point. But you don't get that answer from guessing. You don't get it from a creative brief, a mood board, some Figma org chart. Like, dude, you have to get it from running enough ads to let the data tell you what the market wants. Every agency owner I talk to wants the answer before they spend the money, and I get it. Nobody wants to burn budget, but that is so backwards. The spend is how you buy the answer. You're not gambling when you run volume, you're paying for information. So let's say you are scaling. That's great. The volume role still applies to hiring. If you still haven't found the right role for the role that you're hiring, I think it would be safe to say it's time for you to interview more people. I see agency owners interview 5 candidates, hate all 5, and conclude that they just can't find anybody good to work at their company. Now, if I interviewed 30, I think it's safe to say 3 to 4 of those candidates would be worth giving a shot to. I mean, the talent pool didn't change, your sample size did. I mean, if you need to hire somebody, I'll tell you what we do. If we need to hire somebody, we run LinkedIn ads. We run personal Facebook ads in specific cities that we know have top-tier talent at relatively lower costs. We've hired 3 recruiting agencies at the same time to hire for one specific role. Like if I'm scaling and I have something that's hitting, I need to ensure that I'm treating client acquisition just like I'm treating talent acquisition. So the takeaway here is clarity always comes after volume. It's never going to come before. You don't think your way into the right message. You volume your way into it. Every operator who's actually built something will tell you the same thing if you ask them privately. The version of business that worked wasn't the first idea. It was the 4,000th email, it was the 100th post, it was the 10th ad variation, it was the 15th interview. The early ones were just the cost of admission. And here's the advantage you get by actually doing more volume. Like, look, I know 99% of other agency owners aren't sending as many cold emails as I am. I know that 99% of business owners and agency owners aren't willing to post on Instagram every single day. Now, that's not a knock on them. Most people genuinely don't want to put in that kind of volume. It feels repetitive. It feels like you're not being strategic enough. It feels slow, which is such an irony. But that's exactly why it works. And that's why it's the mode, is it's the easiest way to separate yourself from the competition. It's not a better idea. It's actually doing what everybody else knows they should be doing. They're just not willing to do it. If the strategy was the hard part, everyone would have already figured that out. The volume is the hard part. And that's why it's still so valuable to you. So if you're stuck right now, whether it's revenue, your content, your hiring, your ads, your margins, you're too involved in your own agency, like stop looking for a smarter angle for a second and ask yourself honestly, like, am I actually doing enough volume to even find the answer? And if you want the exact framework I use to figure out where to put that volume so it actually compounds instead of just being busy work, that's exactly what I go through in Agency Assets. It's my one-on-one coaching program. It's obviously the CTA. But if you got value from this video, I appreciate you, and I will see you on the next one.